Welcome back, family. I wanted to share some thoughts and insights into the final experiment that I've had recently. My heart has definitely changed over the last couple days about this, as I have just had this feeling that something is off. Something's not right, especially with the way this is just now happening for the first time. And kind of like the pandemic, things were given away for free, and it just wasn't sitting right with me. However, yesterday, I was thinking about what I've been doing for a living, all the research we have done as a truth family, all the things that our Father has revealed to us, and how blessed we are to be seeing what we have seen. And so I wanted to go over why the fact that no matter what happens with the final so called experiment that is actually just an observation, no matter what happens with it, I am not going to let that be final. And there's a reason. And it has nothing to do with denying science. It has everything to do with our Father's provable truth of creation that we have been putting to the test, and it passes the test every single time. For example, when we looked at world record long distance photos and we saw that 3/4 of a mile of curve was missing, that was not our final observation. And when people put their camera 1 foot off the ground and filmed a horizon miles beyond where it should be, that was not our final observation. When researchers took lasers and shined them over the surface of water, and both the reflection on the water and the laser itself were seen at a distance of 21.03 miles, that was not our final observation. And when later on more researchers repeated a similar observation with a laser traveling 35.5 miles, proving that the target wasn't hidden by 700 feet like it should have been on the globe, that wasn't our final observation. And when we found footage of the firmament that reveals our Father's handiwork, that wasn't our final observation. And when we found out that replicating such footage requires a barrier, that wasn't our final observation. And when we saw that Polaris is stationary throughout the year and a star on Orion's belt called Mintaka stays on the equator all year, while the sun, meanwhile, goes up and down above the equator drastically as it changes its path, that wasn't our final observation, that this world was immovable. And when Guglielmo Marconi sent a line of sight signal 2,100 miles across the Atlantic in 1901, and we found out about that, that wasn't our final observation. And when we did some more research and found out that the same signal has been sent from England to Australia for a distance of 10,638 miles, that wasn't our final observation. And when plane flight footage at night revealed that the stars don't rise like they should on a globe with a plane tipping its nose down, that wasn't our final observation either. And when we started researching pendulums, only to find out that researchers attempted to use them at the South Pole and had them going the wrong direction, that wasn't our final observation. And when we saw that sunlight, according to reality, doesn't match what we were taught it did with Eratosthenes, that wasn't our final observation, even though we can use it to prove that the sun is close and that it's not doing the things they say it's doing during eclipses. And when we saw that rainbows caused by light shining through the firmament get shorter as you go to Antarctica, that was not our final observation. And when we saw that the flat biblical world that we believe in was mentioned in declassified documents right there along with the firmament, that wasn't our final observation either. There's many, many more observations that have been made and many more to be made. But the one that's going to seal the deal for everybody, it's going to happen when the Messiah returns, when the heavens part like a scroll and every eye sees him. That's going to be some people's final observation. I don't want that to be anyone's final observation. I want them to continue to see reality after this point. I want them to be brought up above the events that are going to unfold and be blessed with a great inheritance. And so our final observation is not their final observation, and their observations are not going to be the final say in reality. The truth about creation is provable You can put it to the test in many different ways, and it's going to hold up to the investigation. And so I encourage everyone to be at peace and understand that even if what is about to happen is a lying sign and wonder or some sort of deception, it's okay. Our Father has allowed them to happen many, many times throughout creation, during our lives, continually. We still have rocket launches going on all the time. We had the fake moon missions going on before most of us were born. We had lying signs and wonders in Egypt before the people were set free. The Father allowed them to happen. And if He allows a lying sign and wonder to happen, don't question His judgment. He has given us all a chance to believe His words over man, and we must believe them no matter what.